For me, the American dream is probably one of the best aspects of America. The fact that if you get to America and you're willing to work hard, you make the right decisions, you can change your life in a massive way. Like my aunt, she moved to America from the UK. This was a long time ago, like 2005, something like that. She trained as a nurse in America. Then she specialized in mental health. Now she's got her own sort of like clinic and she's doing really, really well for herself. Like that kind of ability to really like change your life massively, like exists in very few places. And because of all the influx of tourists from abroad into America, like there's a lot of talk about, oh, the American dream isn't possible anymore. It isn't possible. But I still think it is. And a lot of foreigners have realized that as well.
People always ask me, why would you move to America? I don't think you get it until you see this. A Taco Bell Crunch Wrap. I'm watching the sunset over the Manhattan skyline. And
Look at that view.
That is my American dream.
Misconceptions that British people have about Americans. Let me get comfortable. Okay, Andrew, there's a long list of misconceptions that the UK and probably the rest of the world have about America, but I feel like I need to spend more time and do more travelling here before I can either confirm or deny.
That's fair.
However, there is one big misconception that I knew was wrong within days of moving here. Don't shoot the messenger, but the rest of the world seems to think that Americans are lazy. Wrong. Absolutely, categorically, undeniably incorrect. You guys are workaholics. I appreciate that the cost of living in a lot of states does force people to work longer hours and maybe multiple jobs, even if they might not want to. But even money and finances aside, like the graft of this nation is like nothing I've ever known.
Yeah, a lot of Americans that I know grind really hard, like always like just, you know, pushing and pushing and pushing.
I had to rent a car from Enterprise earlier this week. I dropped it back at like 10 p.m. The location that I did collection and drop off at closes at 1 p.m. And at 10 p.m. I go to drop the key in the key collection pot thing, and there's a guy still in there working on the computers at 10 p.m. in Enterprise Rent-A-Car. For real? In the UK, there are definitely some industries where you stay past closing time.
Yeah, in the UK, that Enterprise would have closed by 8 o'clock. Latest, 8 p.m.
Legal industry, for instance. Because you're trying to prove to your boss, get promoted, climb the ladder. Christ, in any kind of administrative job, 5 o'clock, you're out of there. Bye. Which is the way it should be, might I add. I mean, in Spain, they have a little nap every afternoon at work.
Yeah,
Just kidding,
siesta.
I don't know if that's true, but
They do.
mean, siestas have my vote. But yeah, lazy is not a word that I would use to describe the general population of America. Definitely not. Don't know where it started, but I'm debunking it.
I have to agree, because like any Americans watching this, how much PTO do you get? How much paid time off? In the UK, standard is usually 28 days per year paid time off. That's not including sick days as well and bank holidays. Let's call it all in all 33 days, including bank holidays. How much paid time off do you get? I would bet it's probably less. I think Americans get less paid time off than we do here.
I'm a Brit living in America, and the American dream is absolutely real. I moved here 3 years ago. I didn't have any friends or family or anything here. I now live in a beautiful neighborhood. I couldn't move to Texas and not get the V8 sports car, so I've got one of those.
Nice.
I'm currently driving to the gym. It's 32 degrees outside, which is, I don't know, like 85, 90 Fahrenheit. And you can just see the opportunity everywhere. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I made a video to say I'm going to try my hand at social media, and I'm going to create content, basically me experiencing things in America as a Brit for the first time. So things like me going to a Bass Pro Shop or going to Bookies for the first time, and then with the World Cup as well, experiencing some of your guys.
Ooh, that engine sounds amazing. I wonder what he's got. It sounds like I reckon that's a Corvette.
Stadiums for the first time, and when I made that video, I had 40 followers. I was getting like 100 views, and that was probably mainly just my friends or family from back home. Probably taking a piss a bit, but less than 3 weeks later, I've grown to 10,000 followers.
Nice.
I've had hundreds of DMs with invitations to go on the local news, to go on different podcasts, invitations to collaborations, to go to different events, firework displays, go to see people's local businesses. It's absolutely overwhelming that this was basically from 1 or 2 videos that blew up overnight.
Crazy.
And it's just completely opened so many doors and different opportunities. So I just want to come in here just to say I really appreciate everyone's support, but also the American dream is real. There's so much opportunity out here, and it's available for anyone that just wants to go and get it.
Love that, honestly. Like, this pretty much just captures my feelings as well. Like, he's changed his life by moving to America. Like, it's undeniable.
Funny, because here in Miami, owning a Lamborghini is like driving a Camry. There is kids here with mansions, Paganis, Bugattis, hypercars in their collection. And that's something people at the bottom cannot fathom. And another thing is, we don't have that sort of culture in Australia. So when we see something like a Lambo or Ferrari, which really isn't that expensive, they think, oh, this...
A Lambo's not expensive? Buddy, a Lambo's like 200 grand. That's an expensive car.
This guy's a dickhead, he's a wanker. He must be a dealer or something. It's instilled in the culture. And because it is instilled in the culture, it's very hard for the younger generation to actually want to achieve more, because we're always being pushed down. So when you actually come to a place like Miami, you see life for really what it is. It's beautiful, it motivates you, it wants you to be the better version of yourself. You train harder, you look better, you achieve more, and you surround yourself with people that actually want to do more with their lives rather than just watch the news and talk about others and bring very little value to the world.
You may think it's...
I kind of agree with what he's saying, because it does feel like when I was in Texas, there was so much like, people just trying to, better themselves, whether it's like just starting businesses, pushing their careers forward. There's a lot more like, it's hard to put my finger on it, but like just hustling, which I guess, you don't want to be hustling all the time, but I think the UK, we could probably do a bit with a bit more of that.
Hey, British guy living in America, and I might be living the American dream, because in the back garden right now, and we got the grill on, we got the sizzle on. We're gonna flip these over. Look at that.
What are those? Chicken, it looks like.
Viewing of the American dream, then I don't want to know what is. Because I think we've made it, baby.
Basically impossible to live a good life in the UK now. And trust me, I know from experience. January last year, I hit absolute rock bottom financially, and I've been trying everything possible over the last nearly year and a half to sort it out. But let me give you some real life figures to actually make it hit home to you. So our mortgage, I've rounded it up to the nearest hundred at £1,300. Our council tax, £180. Our energy, about £200. Water, £60. Phone bills for 2 people, roughly £80. Fuel, £100 to £150. Food, £400 to £500 a month. Insurances, I've put these combined, life, car, house insurance, £70 to £80. Car finance, because most of us have to buy a car on finance because we just can't afford a car outright. If you're lucky, £100 to £200 a month.
What? Mate, where is she? I don't know anybody that pays that little for their car on finance. Usually it's like £400, £500. Wow, she got a great deal.
Just those essential bills and food, etc., come to £2,750 for essential living. Now, if you have children, it's a whole nother ball game, isn't it? If you have young children that have to go to nursery while you work, you are looking at probably about £600 to £1,000 a month in childcare costs. And if you have older children like me that have to go to wraparound care while you are working, you're looking at roughly £50 to £100 a month. And according to my research, although I'm sure a lot of people earn less than this, the average monthly income after tax for the average UK person is £2,000 a month.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you could pay for all the things she's mentioned is if you've got a partner. Like, if you're earning that money, is if your partner makes the same at least, and then you can do it. But even then, you've not got a lot of money left after that.
Working full time. So let's say there's 2 of you working full time, like there is in my household, £4,000 coming in each month. £2,800 basically going
gone
out the door
off the top.
on essentials, bills, food, fuel, etc.
That's before saving money, any holidays, buying clothes.
For instance, let's say you have younger children and your childcare bill comes to roughly £800. You're bringing in £4,000 and £3,600 is going straight out again, not taking into consideration any debts that you're repaying, saving money, any spending money. So you're left with roughly £400 a month.
I'm an Australian living in New York City. Here's exactly how I did it. So I was trying really hard to get a visa to America, and I felt like it was impossible at one point. I got a job and they were going to sponsor the E3 visa, which is the visa for Australians. It's very easy to obtain. And then in October, the US government went into a shutdown. At the end of it, I sort of realized the offer probably wasn't quite right and it wasn't the right timing for me. So that was kind of sad, saying goodbye to like that dream of, you know, my job. But I kept at it and I kept applying. And then I kind of found out about this other visa, which is the J1 visa. I had no idea about it. I saw something and I read up on it and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get this visa like now. And I only had 10 days of eligibility left. So the J1 visa is available for students who have graduated within a year. And I was 10 days off my graduation date when I applied.
I'm happy for her. She wanted the move. She pushed really hard for it and she got it. And you could just tell by looking at her face how happy she is with it. Yeah, a lot of you guys know that I would love to move to America. You know, my girlfriend, her parents are a bit older, so she wants to stay here for now. But I definitely would move to America if I could, because not just the opportunities and all of that, but just the culture, you know, the vibe that I feel over there. I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. You know, I know whenever I've been on vacation, which doesn't always give you the true experience of what it would be like to live in a place. But I mean, all my experiences have been pretty much universally good. I can't think of a bad experience I've had in America, literally. And I've been to America now 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6 times in my life. And, you know, I've loved it every single time. Yeah, I would move for sure. I would move for sure. The American dream is real and it's thriving. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And if you did, check out this video right here and hit the join button below. See you there.